Hi, and welcome to Launch Your Rocket. I'm Jen Smith, helping you break free from the world's lie that average is the new normal. It's time to stop just surviving and start thriving. In today's episode, we're going to talk about auditing your life, kind of a wake-up call. If our life was a business and we had to audit everything in it, our habits, our time and our relationships, our mindset, would we be profitable or would we be running at a loss? Most people aren't stuck because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity. They're stuck because they're overloaded, dragging around distractions and toxic influences and old habits that just don't belong in your life. If you wanted to build a stronger, more abundant life, what would need to stay and what would need to go? The book of Hebrews in the Bible, 12:1, I think it is, says, "Let us strip off anything that slows us down or holds us back and run with patience the particular race that God has set before us." I love when it's just written out perfectly in the Bible. You can't run towards your purpose if you're weighed down by things that are not serving you, that are actually stealing from you. And today we're going to put our life under the microscope. Find the leaks, the things that are draining your life of fulfillment. Our life is like a boat. If we're not moving forward, we probably have leaks. So where are they? Well, time wasters. Are we filling our days with, mindless scrolling or Netflix binges or just, we know all the endless distractions? How about toxic input? Are we consuming news and social media, entertainment that really breeds negativity? How about relationships? Are we surrounding ourselves with people who lift us up or those who love us to be comfortable with them and pull us down? And how about our bad habits? How about our daily routines? Are they helping us grow or are they keeping us in cycles of procrastination and self-doubt? Ephesians 5:15-16, I think, says, "Be careful how you act. These are difficult days. Don't be fools. Be wise. Make the most of every opportunity you have for doing good." That's in the Bible. You can't move forward if your energy is constantly leaking into the things that don't matter, wasting our time. Write down 3 things in your life that you know are draining you, whether it's a habit, a distraction, even a person. Whenever I talk about audit or clutter, I seem to think of a closet, probably because I have 3 adult daughters and we all love fashion. But let me tell you, closets can become a black hole of things that you don't even realize you have. You know the feeling. You open the door and it's packed and you have clothes everywhere. And the girls are always like, "I don't have anything." Shoes stacked on top of each other. You can't even see what you own. So what do? Oh, we just go buy more. Not because we need more, but because there's no space to even appreciate what's already there. Your life works the same way. God is trying to bring new blessings, opportunities, and clarity into your life. But if your closet is too full of distractions and junk or old baggage, sometimes good in there too, you just don't know, there's just no room. And Isaiah 43:18-19 says, "Forget what happened before. I am doing a new thing. Don't you see it?" Some of us are asking for breakthroughs and for clarity and for direction, but we have no space for them. So what in your life is just like clutter? Write it down and commit to clearing it out. What needs to stay and what needs to go? Because not everything needs to go. Some things need to be strengthened. I use what I call the core 4 test. Well, I just kind of named it the core 4. I have 4 things that I use. First, I say, does it align with my faith? Is this leading me closer to God or is it pulling me away? And number 2, does it add value to my life? Does this help me grow, learn, or move forward? Number 3, does it bring me peace? Does it drain me or fill me? Because God is the Prince of Peace. If it's not bringing you peace, it's probably got to go. And number 4, does it align with my purpose? Is this helping me to become who God created me to be? Philippians 4:8 says, "Fix your thoughts on what is true and good and right, and think about things that are pure and lovely, and dwell on the fine, good things in others." What aligns with God's purpose for you stays, and what doesn't align for his purpose for you goes. Take 10 minutes today and write down 3 things that are working in your life and 3 things that need to go. Before we go, everybody has to really look at the silent addiction. We have to talk about the biggest distraction that's controlling millions of people without them even realizing it. It's our phones and social media and the endless scroll. Have you ever walked into a coffee shop and looked around and people aren't even talking? They're not even looking up. They're locked in like a scene from The Walking Dead, a crowd of people, eyes glued to screens, completely unaware of what's happening around them. Romans 12:2 says, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. The truth is, most of us aren't living. We're just consuming other people's highlight reels while ignoring their own life, consuming negativity and distractions and noise instead of wisdom and purpose and growth, the things that make you wake up with a fire in your soul. If your phone is the first thing you reach for in the morning and the last thing you see before bed, you're not in control. It is. So try a 24-hour phone detox. Turn off the notifications, set screen limits, take back control, because what you feed your mind determines what you produce in your life. You have to make room for the good stuff. When you move distractions, you create space for what actually matters, and that's when you get unstuck and you start to thrive. So if you want to grow more in your faith, make space for daily time with God. And if you want to improve your mindset, surround yourself with wisdom and books and podcasts and scripture that fill you. You want to build better habits? Replace the bad with something good. Don't just eliminate, upgrade. You don't just remove, you replace. Replace things with godly wisdom, which you're doing right now, which is pretty cool. It's small swaps that shift your life. It's like the turning of the Titanic. The idea isn't to make a drastic change overnight. It's about gradual shifts that realign your life with God's blueprint. How about music? Swap out what you're listening to. If music lyrics don't honor God, just try something different. Replace with something like K-Love Radio, which is an app, a Christian radio station that's not so hokey corny. Some of it is, but get through it. How about podcasts? Maybe fill your mind, instead of self-help worldly podcasts and entertainment, feed it with truth, which you're doing right now. How about TV and movies? What's the swap there? Well, what you watch influences how you think. Are you feeding your mind with drama and negativity? Just replace it with movies like Facing the Giants or the Chosen series. Those are stories that fuel faith and not fear. What about the social media swap? Are you following influencers who promote vanity and worldliness? Just replace them with faith-driven leaders and community and grow spiritually. It's small, intentional swaps that compound over time. You don't have to wake up tomorrow and flip your entire life upside down. Just start by shifting one thing at a time, and soon your whole life starts to look different. Just choose one thing to remove from your life this week and one thing to add in its place. So, are you waking up with energy and fire in your soul because you were made to wake up like that? You were made to thrive. Or are you barely just surviving? It's just a few changes. Identify the leaks, declutter your life, and make space for what matters. It's really that simple. Align your life with God's plan and watch how He moves. You don't need a new life. You just need to remove what's keeping you from living the one that God already designed for you. That's it for today. I want to thank you for tuning in to Elevate. If this hit home, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend who might need it. And make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Launch Your Rocket. Join my community on launchyourrocket.com. And don't forget, Truth Behind the Trend is a show I do every Thursday, and Weekend Wisdom I do every Saturday and Sunday. I hope one of these resonates with you and helps you live a vibrant, purpose-filled life. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me.